हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let's begin with our Mangalacharan prayers. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे, निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। तस्यारविन्दनयनस्य पदारविन्द किञ्जल्कमिश्रतुलसी मकरन्दवायुः अन्तर्गतस्वविवरेण चकार तेषां संक्षोभमक्षरजुषामपि चित्ततन्वो। नेह यत्कर्मधर्माय न विरागाय कल्पते, न तीर्थपदसेवायै जीवनपि मृतो हि सः। प्रसङ्गमजरं पाशम् आत्मनः कवयो विदु, स एव साधुषु कृतो मोक्षद्वारमपावृतम्। तितिक्षवः कारुणिकाः सुहृदः सर्वदेहिनाम्, अजातशत्रवः शान्ताः साधवः साधुभूषणाः। सतां प्रसङ्गान् मम वीर्यसंविदो भवन्ति हृत्कर्णरसायना कथा। तज्जोषणादाशपवर्गवर्त्मनि श्रद्धारतिर्भक्तिरनुक्रमिष्यति। हासं हरेरवनताखिललोकतीव्र शोकाश्रुसागरविशोषणमत्युदारम् सम्मोहनाय रचितं निजमाययास्य भ्रूमण्डलं मुनिकृते मकरध्वजस्य। मद्गुणश्रुतिमात्रेण मयि सर्वगुहाशये मनोगतिरविच्छिन्ना यथा गङ्गाम्बसम्बुधौ। लक्षणं भक्तियोगस्य निर्गुणस्य उपाधृतम् अहैतुक्यव्यवहिताया भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे। सालोक्यसारष्टिसामीप्य सारूप्यैकत्वमपि युत दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति वीणामत्सेवनं जनाः। यन्नामधेयश्रवणानुकीर्तनाद् प्रबलनाद् क्वचेत् श्वादोऽपि सद्य सवनाय कल्पते, कुतः पुनस्ते भगवन्नुदर्शनात्। अहो बत पचतो गरीयान् यज्जिह्वाग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यम्। ते पुस्तपस्थे जुहुः सस्नुरार्या ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति ये ते। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We are continuing our study of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 20, entitled Conversation between Shri Maitreya Muni and Mahatma Vedur. Text 42, correct?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. 42.
42, okay. ऊर्जस्वन्तं मन्यमान आत्मानं भगवानजः साध्यान् गणान् पितृगणान् परोक्षेण सृजत् प्रभुः. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya. His Divine Grace, Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Recognizing himself to be full of desire and energy, the worshipful Brahma, the creator of the living entities, evolved from his own invisible form, from his navel, the hosts of sadhyas and pitas. Sri Maitreya Muni is describing to Mahatma Vidur how Lord Brahma created the different types of living entities. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, the sadhyas and pitas are invisible forms of departed souls, and they are also created by Brahma. These are the forms of those who have died. We may not be able to see, but they have subtle forms called sadhyas and pitas, and they are also created by Lord Brahma. Radha Gopinath Prabhu, which city are you in Canada?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Toronto.
Toronto. Prabhuji, my very dear friend Jagannath Krishna Prabhu moved there. Do you know?
No.
Okay, I will, after class, I will message you.
Okay.
My very dear friend from Atlanta, Jagannath Krishna Prabhu and Jai Shri Radhe Mataji, they have moved to Toronto.
Haribol.
So please, you
Please,
connect with
yes.
them.
Yes. It will be my great good fortune to get the association. Haribol.
You are a wonderful devotee, they are also wonderful devotees.
Hare
So I'll
Krishna.
connect with you. Okay?
Yes. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Text 43. त आत्मसर्गं तं कायं पितरः प्रतिपेदिरे साध्येभ्यश्च पितृभ्यश्च कवयो यद वितन्वते. So this sadhyas and pitas, which are forms of the dead ancestors, the pitas themselves took possession of the invisible body, the source of their existence. It is through the medium of this invisible body that those well versed in the rituals offer oblations to the sadhyas and pitas, who are the forms of their departed ancestors, on the occasion of Shraddha. Srila Prabhupada writes a very important purport, so please listen carefully. This is about the Shraddha ceremony that we do. We offer worship for the benefit of our departed ancestors. Purport. Srila Prabhupada writes, Shraddha is a ritualistic performance observed by the followers of the Vedas. There is a yearly occasion of 15 days when ritualistic religionists follow the principle of offering oblations to departed souls. This is a Pitru Paksha. Thus, those fathers and ancestors who, by freaks of nature, might not have a gross body for material enjoyment, can again gain such gross bodies due to the offering of Shraddha oblations by their descendants. So, Srila Prabhupada is saying that those ancestors in our family who died but could not get a gross body, which means they are in the subtle body. If Shraddha is performed, then they get the benefit and they are awarded a gross body so that they can fulfill their desires in this world. The performance of Shraddha or offering oblations with prasad is still current in India, especially at Gaya, where oblations are offered at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu in a celebrated temple. Because the Lord is thus pleased with the devotional service of their descendants, by the Lord's grace, He liberates the condemned souls of forefathers who do not have gross bodies. And He favors them to again receive a gross body for development of spiritual advancement. Everybody understood? Very straightforward purport by Srila Prabhupada. Further down, Srila Prabhupada writes, now please listen carefully. The devotee of the Lord, or one who is in Krishna consciousness, however, does not need to perform such ritualistic ceremonies as Shraddha, because he is always pleasing the Supreme Lord. Therefore, his fathers and ancestors who might have been in difficulty are automatically relieved. Srila Prabhupada gives example of Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Narasimhadev, how Hiranyakashipu was automatically benefited. In the last sentence of the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, the author, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, says that a person fully conversant with Krishna consciousness does not perform any rituals because he knows that simply by serving Krishna in full Krishna consciousness, all rituals are automatically performed. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kaile Sudrida Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kaile Sarva Karma Krita Hai. By doing Krishna Bhakti, everything is achieved. We don't have to separately endeavor for things. Text 44. So I hope this is very clear about Shraddha ceremony for those who are in the Achyut Gotra, the family of Krishna. Text 44. Siddhan vidyadharamschaiva tirodhanena sosrijat tebhyo dadattam atmanam antardhanakya adbhutam. Then Lord Brahma, by his ability to be hidden from vision, created the Siddhas and Vidyadharas and gave them that wonderful form of his, known as the Antardhan. After Sadhyas and Pitas, Lord Brahmaji created Siddhas and Vidyadhars, purport. And they have the form called Antardhan. Purport. Antardhan means that these living creatures can be perceived to be present, but they cannot be seen by vision. They are present. Their presence can be perceived, but they cannot be seen by the eyes. Antardhan. Text 45. Sakinnaran kim purushan pratyatmena srijat prabhuhu manayan atmanatmanam atma bhasam vilokayan. One day, Lord Brahma, the creator of living entities, beheld his own reflection in the water, and admiring himself, he evolved Kim Purushas as well as Kinnaras out of that reflection. Atma Abhasam, from his reflection, he created Kim Purushas and Kinnaras. In this way, different forms, different species, different types of living entities were produced by Lord Brahma. Te tu tajjagru rupam tyaktam yat parameshthina mithuni bhuya gayantas tam evoshasi karmabhihi. The Kimpurushas and Kinnaras took possession of that shadowy form left by Lord Brahma. So, a shadowy form was left behind by Brahma, and the Kimpurushas and Kinnaras, they took possession of the Atma Abhasam, that reflection, the form created, shadowy form. That is why they and their spouses sing the praises of Lord Brahma by recounting his exploits at every daybreak. So apparently, these Kimpurushas and Kinnaras, every morning they glorify Lord Brahma because they were created by him. So we should all be grateful because all of us ultimately have been created by the mercy of Lord Brahma as a service to Lord Krishna. Purport. Now please listen, this is a very important purport. I have put a star here. Very small purport, but very important purport. This is Srimad Bhagavatam 3.20.46. Srila Prabhupada writes, the time early in the morning, 1.5 hours before sunrise. So if sunrise is at 6 o'clock, then 4:30. 1.5 hours before sunrise is called Brahma Muhurta. During this Brahma Muhurta, spiritual activities are recommended. Spiritual activities performed early in the morning have a greater effect than in any other part of the day. So Srila Prabhupada tells the importance of performing bhajan, devotional activities, spiritual activities in the Brahma Muhurta, in the early morning hours. And Srila Prabhupada clearly says spiritual activities performed early in the morning have a greater effect than in any other part of the day. So if we anyway have to chant 16 rounds every day, and we get more benefit by chanting in the Brahma Muhurta, which is before sunrise, 1.5 hours preceding sunrise, then why not do it then? Our money, we invest where we will get maximum returns, correct? So why should we invest our japa at a time where we are not getting maximum returns? Maximum spiritual benefit, Srila Prabhupada is clearly writing in this purport, Srimad Bhagavatam 3.20.46. During this Brahma Muhurta, spiritual activities are recommended. Spiritual activities performed early in the morning have a greater effect. So why not do it in the morning? We get more benefit. So if anybody asks, where does it say that you should chant in Brahma Muhurta? Please quote this purport, 3.20.46. Text 47. Dehena vai bhogavata shayano bahuchintaya sargenupachite krodhat utsasarja hatad vapuhu. Once Lord Brahma lay down with his body stretched at full length, Shayano, and he was very concerned, Bahu Chintaya. He was very concerned that the work of creation had not proceeded properly. And in a sullen mood, he gave up that body too. Utsasarja Hatad Vapuhu. He gave up that body. Ye hi yata mutah kesha ahayaste angajajnire sarpa prasarpatah krura naga bhoguru kandharah. O dear Vidur, the hair that dropped from that body transformed into snakes. So snakes were produced from the hair of the body of Lord Brahma that he gave up. And even while the body crawled, along with its hands and feet contracted, there sprang from it ferocious serpents and nagas with their hoods expanded. So Sarpa came, snakes, and then Nagas came. Nagas have those hoods, like a king cobra. They were all created from the hair that dropped from the body of Lord Brahma. Text 49. Sa atmanam manyamanaha krita krityam ivatmabhu tada manun sasarjante manasa loka bhavanan. One day, Lord Brahma, the self-born, the first living creature, felt as if the object of his life had been accomplished. At that time, he evolved from his mind the Manus who promote the welfare activities of the universe. From the mind, the Manus were created. Tada Manum Sasarjante Manasa. From the Manasa, from the mind of Lord Brahma, Sasarja, he created Manus. Tada Manum Sasarja. Krita Krityam. When Brahma thought that he had achieved the object of his life, his object of his life had been accomplished. From that feeling of achievement and success, the Manus were born from the mind. Tebhyaso srijat swiyam puram purusham atmavan tan drishtva ye pura shrishta prashasamsuhu prajapatim. The self-possessed creator, Lord Brahma, gave them his own human form. The Manus have a human form. On seeing the Manus, those who had been created earlier, the demigods, the Gandharvas, and so called, they all applauded Lord Brahma, the Lord of the universe. They all congratulated him. Prashashamsu means prashamsa. They congratulated, they glorified Lord Brahma on having created the Manus. Manus because they are going to teach religion to the entire mankind. Aho etad jagat srishtah sukritam batate kritam pratishthitāः kriya yasmin sakam annam adamahe. They prayed, O Lord Brahma, creator of the universe, we are glad. What you have produced is well done. Sukritam, Sukritam, very nicely done. Since ritualistic acts have now been established soundly in this human form, we shall all share the sacrificial oblations. Manus were going to teach the religious principle to the mankind. So mankind will perform yajnas, and when these yajnas are performed, the demigods also get their share. There is prosperity for them also. Purport. The importance of sacrifice is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, verse 10. Bhagavad Gita 3.10. Lord Krishna confirms there that in the beginning of creation, Lord Brahma created the Manus along with the ritualistic sacrificial methods, different yajnas, and blessed them. Continue this sacrificial rites and you will gradually elevate to your proper position of self-realization and will also enjoy material happiness. All the living entities created by Lord Brahma are conditioned souls and are inclined to lord it over material nature. So we must understand that whatever living entities Lord Brahma created, they are all conditioned souls, Baddha Jeev. Brahmaji doesn't bring here any Siddha Jeev, Nitya Siddhas. No, they are under Krishna. The purpose of sacrificial rituals is to revive gradually the spiritual realization of the living entities. That is the beginning of life within this universe. These sacrificial rituals, however, are intended to please the Supreme Lord. Aham hi sarva yajnanam bhokta cha prabhurevacha. Unless one pleases the Supreme Lord or unless one is Krishna conscious, one cannot be happy, either in this material enjoyment or in spiritual realization. Unless we are Krishna conscious, we cannot be really happy. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. So, awakening of spiritual realization is the real beginning of life. Athato Brahma Jigyasa. Text 52. Tapasa vidyaya yukto yogena susamadhina ऋषीन् ऋषिर्षिकेशः sasarja praja. Very beautiful verse. Having equipped himself with austere penance, adoration, mental concentration, and absorption in devotion, accompanied by dispassion, and having controlled his senses, Lord Brahma, the self-born living creature, evolved great sages as his beloved sons. Sasarja Abhimata Praja. Brahmaji evolved great sages as his beloved sons. In the purport, last sentence, Srila Prabhupada says, after creating persons for economic development, Lord Brahma created sages who would set the example for spiritual realization. Lord Brahmaji created sages like Narad Muni, who will teach the people of the world what is to be done, what is not to be done. Text 53, last verse of the chapter. तेभ्यश्चैकैकशः स्वस्य देहस्यांशम् अदादजः यत्तत्समाधियोगर्धि तपो विद्या विरक्तिमत्. To each one of these sons, these sons who Brahmaji created, who were actually rishis, to each of these sons, the unborn creator of the universe, that is Lord Brahma, Aja, gave a part of his own body which was characterized by deep meditation, mental concentration, supernatural power, austerity, adoration, and renunciation. Brahmaji invested all these powers in these great rishis. Purport. The word viraktimat in this verse means possessed of the qualification of renunciation. Viraktimat, one who is possessed the qualification of actual renunciation. Spiritual realization cannot be attained by materialistic persons. For those who are addicted to sense enjoyment, spiritual realization is not possible. As long as we are doing sense enjoyment, spiritual realization is not possible. Tettvantagatam papam jananam punya karmana tedvandvan mohanirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrata. Unless and until we stop sinful activities, we cannot really perform dridhavrata bhajan. For those who are addicted to sense enjoyment, spiritual realization is not possible. Matirna Krishne paratasvato va mitho bhipadayeta grihavritana madanta gobhir vishatam tamisram punah punascharvita charvananam. Shri Prahlad Maharaj says, Matirna Krishne, Adanta Gobhir. As long as our senses are uncontrolled, Adanta Gobhir, Matirna Krishna, we cannot really think of Krishna. Our senses have to be controlled. In Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that those who are too attached to seeking material possessions and material enjoyment cannot reach yoga samadhi, absorption in Krishna consciousness. Propaganda that one can enjoy this life materially and at the same time spiritually advance is simply bogus. I would request all of you to pay attention to this sentence. Srila Prabhupada is saying something very important. I repeat. Propaganda that one can enjoy this life materially and at the same time spiritually advance is simply bogus. The principles of renunciation are four. 1. To avoid illicit sex life. 2. To avoid meat eating. 3. To avoid intoxication. And 4. To avoid gambling. These four principles are called tapasya or austerity. To absorb the mind in the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Krishna consciousness is the process of spiritual realization. Spiritual realization. How do we get spiritual realization? By absorbing our mind in Krishna consciousness. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports, the third canto, 20th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Conversation between Mahatma Vidur and Sri Maitreya Muni. Chapter 21, the third canto. Text 1. Vidura uvacha swayambhuvasya chamano vamsha paramasammatah कथ्यतां भगवन् यत्र मैथुनेन धीरे प्रजाः. Mahatma Vidur said, the line of Sri Swayambhuva Manu was most esteemed. O worshipful sage Maitreya Muni, I beg you, give me an account of this race, whose progeny multiplied through sexual intercourse. Please tell me about Swayambhuva Manu and his dynasty, his progeny. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, regulated sex life to generate good population is worth accepting. Balam balavam chaham kama raga vivarjitam dharma aviruddha bhuteshu kamosmin bharatarsava. Regulated sex life to generate good population is worth accepting. Actually, Vidur was not interested in hearing the history of persons who merely engage in sex life, but he was interested in the progeny of Swayambhuva Manu because in that dynasty good devotee kings appeared who protected their subjects very carefully with spiritual knowledge. Real protection is to protect somebody's Krishna consciousness. Real protection is to protect someone from gliding down to hell by giving them spiritual upliftment. So here, Mahatma Vidur is inquiring from Sri Maitreya Muni, who was specially empowered by Krishna to speak to Mahatma Vidur. That Maitreya Muni is talking about something very important. That Maitreya Muni has been asked by Mahatma Vidur to tell about the dynasty of Swayambhuva Manu. Not because they are interested in some gossip, but they know, Mahatma Vidur knows that in the line of Swayambhuva Manu, great devotees came. So it's worth hearing their topics. By hearing history of their activities, which means the devotees in the line of Swayambhuva Manu, by hearing their activities, therefore, one becomes more enlightened. An important word used in this connection is Parama Sammataha, which indicates that the progeny created by Swayambhuva Manu and his sons was approved of by great authorities. In other words, sex life for creating exemplary population is acceptable to all the sages and authorities of Vedic scripture. Text 2. Priya vrato Tanapadau sutau swayambhuvasya vai yatha dharmam jugupatuhu saptadvipavatim mahim. The two great sons of Sri Swayambhuva Manu were Maharaj Priyavrat and Maharaj Uttanapad. They ruled the world consisting of the 7 islands, Saptadvipam, just according to religious principles. So imagine these sons of Swayambhuva Manu, when they became kings, they had everything at their disposal. Not just some small country, but they ruled the whole world. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is also a history of the great rulers of different parts of the universe. In this verse, the names of Maharaj Priyavrat and Uttanapad, the two sons of Swayambhuva Manu, are mentioned. They ruled this earth, which is divided into 7 islands. These 7 islands are still current as Asia, Europe, Africa, America, Australia, and the North and South Poles. There is no chronological history of all the Indian kings in Srimad Bhagavatam But the deeds of the most important kings, such as Priyavrat Maharaj and Uttanapad, and many others like Lord Ramachandra and Maharaj Yudhishthir, are recorded because the activities of such pious kings are worth hearing. People may benefit by studying their histories. So, in our Guru Parampara that Srila Prabhupada mentions in the beginning of the Krishna book, there also there are, it's not exactly, it is chronological, but there are some gaps because only the prominent acharyas are mentioned. All the parampara is complete, but Srila Prabhupada has mentioned the most prominent acharyas in the line. Tasya vai duhita brahman devahuti vishruta patni prajapater ukta kardamasya tvayanagha. O holy Brahman, O sinless one, you have spoken of Swayambhuva Manu's daughter, known by the name Srimati Devahuti, as the wife of the sage Sri Kardama Muni, the Lord of created beings. Yes, Kardama Muni is the Lord of created beings. Most of the species, they come from Kardama Muni. He is a very prominent Prajapati. He was married to Srimati Devahuti Devi, who was the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu. Purport. Here we are speaking of Sri Swayambhuva Manu, but in Bhagavad Gita we hear about Vaivasvat Manu. Why is that? Very simple. The present age, this Manvantar belongs to the Vaivasvat Manu. Swayambhuva Manu was previously ruling. He was the first Manu. And his history begins from the Varaha age, or the millennium where the Lord appeared as the boar incarnation. There are 14 Manus in a day of the life of Lord Brahma, and the life of each Manu, there are particular incidents. The Vaivasvat Manu of Bhagavad Gita is different from Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu was the first Manu. Vaivasvat Manu is the seventh Manu. Text 4. Tasyam savai mahayogi yuktayam yoga lakshanaihi sasarja katidha viryam tanme shushru shave vada. How many offering did that great yogi beget through the princess, who was endowed with eightfold perfection in yoga principles? Oh, pray, tell me this, for I am eager to hear it. How many offsprings does Kardama Muni have through Devahuti? Here, Vidur inquired about Kardama Muni and his wife Devahuti and about their children. It is described that Devahuti was very much advanced in the performance of Eightfold Yoga. Yoga Lakshanai Mahayogi Yuktayam. She was a Mahayogi. She had all the yogic perfections. The 8 divisions of yoga performance are controlling the senses, strict following of the rules and regulations, Yam Niyam, practice of the different sitting postures, Asan, control of the breath, Pranayam, withdrawing the senses from the sense objects, concentration of the mind, meditation, and self-realization, Dhyan and Samadhi. After self-realization, there are 8 further perfectional stages which are called Yoga Siddhis. The husband and wife Kardama Muni and Devahuti Mata were advanced in yoga practice. The husband was a Mahayogi, great mystic, and the wife was a Yoga Lakshana, or one advanced in yoga. They united and produced children. Formerly, after making their lives perfect, great sages and saintly persons used to beget children, otherwise they strictly observed the rules and regulations of celibacy. So after completing education as a brahmachari, one may become a householder and accept a wife, or one may remain a Naishtik brahmachari. Brahmacharya, or following the rules and regulations of celibacy, is required for perfection of self-realization and mystic power. This sentence also I would like all of you to note down. Brahmacharya, Srila Prabhupada saying, Brahmacharya or celibacy is required for self-realization and mystic power. Now please listen carefully. Srila Prabhupada says, there is no recommendation in the Vedic scriptures that one can go on enjoying material sense gratification at one's whims, as one likes, and at the same time become a great meditator, make spiritual advancement. Not possible as long as you are engaging in illicit sense gratification. Srila Prabhupada specifically says one cannot become a great meditator by paying a rascal some money. Sometimes the gurus give mantra for money also. And Prabhupada says we should not indulge in that. रुचिर्यो भगवान् ब्रह्मन् दक्षो वा ब्रह्मणः सुतः यथा ससर्ज भूतानि लब्ध्वा भार्यां च मानवीम्. O holy sage, tell me how the worshipful Ruchi and Daksha, the son of Brahma, generated children after securing as their wives the other two daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. All these questions Maitreya Muni is asking Mahatma. All these questions Mahatma Vidur is asking Maitreya Muni. Tell how Ruchi and Daksha, the son of Brahma, generated children after securing their wives as the other two daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. Purport. All the great personalities who increase the population in the beginning of the creation are called Prajapatis. Brahma is also known as Prajapati, as were some of his later sons. Swayambhuva Manu is also known as Prajapati, as is Daksha, another son of Brahma. Swayambhuva Manu, Daksha, both are sons of Brahma, both are Prajapatis. Swayambhuva Manu had two daughters, Akuti and Prasuti. The Prajapati, Ruchi is another Prajapati. He married Akuti, and Daksha Prajapati married Prasuti. Akuti, Prasuti, two daughters of Swayambhuva Manu. Akuti was married to Ruchi, a Prajapati, and Daksha Prajapati married Prasuti. These couples and their children produced immense numbers of children to populate the entire universe. Mahatma Vidura's inquiry was, how did they beget the population in the beginning? Now, what Maitreya Muni says, we will see Krishna willing day after tomorrow from verse number 6. Maitreya Muni is going to respond to the questions of Mahatma Vidur. So we'll stop here. Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yes, Ajay Govind Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, 20th chapter, 43rd verse, we were talking about the Shraddha ceremony is not needed for the devotees, and example of Prahlad Maharaj is given. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself went to Gaya and performed the oblations for his father. So this is a converse to what we are talking about here, and both are, valid things. So how do we understand the two incidents?
Mahaprabhu also took sannyas at the age of 24. Anukaran and Anusaran. There are two things. Following instructions and imitating the activities. It is the commentary of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada to Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to Gaya on the pretext of performing Shraddha, but his main intention was to take Diksha from Shri Ishwar Puripad. Mahaprabhu did many things, and one has to really understand the heart of Gaura. In order to truly understand what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants us to do. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also generally ate food cooked only by Brahmanas. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions this. When Mahaprabhu went to the homes of Brahmanas, Mahaprabhu ate food cooked by them. When a non-Brahman would invite Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for lunch, even if they were pure devotees, Mahaprabhu would not eat food cooked by non-Brahmans. Those devotees had to buy Jagannath Mahaprasad. Mahaprabhu also never asked Haridas Thakur to come near Jagannath temple. Mahaprabhu never asked Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami to enter Jagannath temple. So does it mean that Mahaprabhu supports this rule? one has to understand the heart of Gaura. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did many things so as not to cause a social disturbance. Performing Shraddha, telling Rup Sanatan, okay, don't come inside the temple because you are considered contaminated by associating with Muslims. Haridas Thakur, you don't eat with other devotees, no problem. Mahaprabhu did this to prevent creating a social uproar. Srila Prabhupada called all these Brahmins to do Prana Pratisthapana in ISKCON Vrindavan temple on Ram Navami in 1975 when Krishna Balram, Radha Shyam Sundar and Gaur Nitai were installed publicly. Fire sacrifice, this, that, puja, mantra, all these traditional Brahmins were invited and they did everything. But privately, what did Srila Prabhupada say? The installation of the deities was done by the Nam Sankirtan that devotees were performing. These Pandits, Brahmanas are invited for Prana Pratisthapana to satisfy the Vrindavan community so that they should not criticize that this ISKCON temple is not bona fide. They don't follow the Shastra Vidhi. Harer Nam, Harer Nam, Harer Nam eva kevalam. Kalo nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatiranyatha. Pitru Paksha is going on. Shraddha ceremony, the family members may want. A devotee wakes up before 4 a.m. A devotee chants 16 rounds minimum attentively. A devotee worships the deities at home. A devotee performs Mangalarti. Devotee recites Ashtakams. Devotee does Arti to the deities. Devotee cooks for the deities, vegetarian, without onion, garlic, offers it to the deities. Eats only Krishna Prasad. Serves in the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in preaching. Attends the Bhakti Vriksha, goes to the temple, does some service there, performs Nam Sankirtan, gives Krishna conscious education to the children, preaches to the innocent people about Krishna consciousness, and goes to bed. And this the devotee does every day, whether it is Pitru Paksha, whether someone has died in the family, whether the world screams saying that this is Sutak, Sutak, Shraddha, Shraddha. This is the dincharya of a devotee who is in Achyut Gotra, and nothing needs to be changed. Nothing needs to be modified. No extra Shraddha, nothing needs to be performed. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur roars this in Jaiva Dharma. We have studied. You were there. It is not required. Nothing extra is needed to be done by devotees when we are in Achyut Gotra. Problem is we don't have faith. अरे नहीं ये करना चाहिए. Yes, Mahaprabhu did Shraddha ceremony of his father. Mahaprabhu also took sannyas at 24. Can we do that? Therefore, one has to understand the heart of Gaura to know what is to be done, what is not to be done. Why Mahaprabhu did certain things, they may appear very controversial. Not eating food cooked by a Brahman? Yes, but then he ate the stale rice of Raghunath Das Goswami, who was not a Brahman. But that Mahaprabhu did privately. He did not do it publicly. Publicly, Mahaprabhu ate only food cooked by Brahmanas. His traveling companions were Brahmanas, always. He accepted invitation only in Brahman families. Lok Vyavhar. Antare nishtha karo bahya lok. Alone when he is there, he is stealing the jhuta rice of Raghunath Das Goswami, who was not a Brahman. This is the heart of Gaura. Okay, Haridas, don't eat with the common devotees out. And then he is dancing with the dead body of Haridas Thakur. Sannyasi. And Mahaprabhu taking his Uttariya, he is begging for food for Haridas Thakur's passing away celebration. Heart of Gaura. Yes, he's telling Rup Sanatan Goswami, okay, stay with Haridas Thakur. Don't come with me to Jagannath temple. But then he's sending them to Vrindavan. Jagannath temple is Dwarka, which is higher. Go to Vrindavan. Krishna Prem, Krishna Bhakti, Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirtha Uddhar are Vairagya Shikshan. They are the Sampradaya Acharyas. We are Rupanuga Sampradaya. Haridas Thakur is Nama Acharya. Das Goswami is Prayojan Acharya. But in front of everybody, peace. No controversy. So Mahaprabhu did many things. He did Shraddha also. But in Shikshashtakam, Mahaprabhu doesn't mention Shraddha. Heart of Gaura. So you have to understand the heart of Gaura. Okay, Prabhu? It's not required. But if you don't have faith, then do it.
Gotcha. Thank you, Prabhuji.
There is nothing that the Holy Name cannot do for the ancestors and for us. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Not related to the session today, Prabhuji, but I think two devotees opted for presenting on 29th, which is tomorrow.
Yes, Prabhu.
Bhakti Rasa Devidasi Mataji and Radhanam Das. I don't know if they are on the call, but should we have a session then tomorrow because they have opted?
Yes, we should do it. You know them?
I don't know personally them, Prabhuji. But...
They are from Dallas. Very sincere devotees.
Okay.
Their whole family is devotee. They are related to Kaivalya Prabhu.
Okay.
All family of devotees. So, yes, we will do it tomorrow.
I will schedule the session for tomorrow then.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, we have only a few minutes. Yes, Shama Vallavi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. As you say, Prabhuji, we are fully convinced that we should not do Shraddha ceremony. But in the family case, my husband's elder brother, they should not criticize ISKCON, no? That you are not doing, you are whimsically following something. And also the family members, if they are not in the path of bhakti, then they will not, because bhakti, this is, everyone cannot follow. But karma kanda principles, they are easily attracted to. So as to set an example, we are fully convinced, so we can do that, offer to Krishna and then serve the Brahmanas. That way we can do it.
Yes, Mataji. In such situations, we can have the Shraddha ceremony, cook nice bhoga for Radha and Krishna, offer them, and then offer the Mahaprasad to the ancestors. And we can invite devotees, have some reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. There should be a Bhagavatam class. There should be Sankirtan of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That way everybody gets benefited, the ancestors get benefited. And there should be distribution of prasadam. And the plate that is offered to the ancestors in Shraddha ceremony, that plate can be kept under a tree so that later on the remnants, the squirrels and birds, they will eat. So it doesn't get wasted. So in this way, we can have prasad, ancestors can have prasad, and even the birds and animals can have prasad. The guests can have prasad, and everybody can hear Srimad Bhagavatam, everybody can chant Harinam Sankirtan and get benefited, and we can name the program Shraddha.
Okay,
Everybody's happy.
I heard what you told that Krishnanam Prabhu's, that Pitru Paksha you gave in that group, you know, that also I heard. It was nice, Prabhuji. Last year.
I don't even remember now. But yes,
Hare
Krishnanam
Krishna,
Prabhu is
thank
my
you.
counselor.
Hare Krishna, thank you,
My
Prabhuji.
spiritual mentor. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay, so if there are no more questions, we'll stop. So yes, Radhanam Prabhu is here actually. Radhanam Prabhu, you are ready for tomorrow?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. With this esteemed devotees, I will never be ready, Prabhuji, but I will take it as your command and service.
Hare Krishna.
I just saw Prabhuji's profile picture on the WhatsApp now, I recall.
You remember him?
Yeah, yes, I remember him now.
Prabhuji is an oncologist.
Yes.
Yes, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji, last question. We have 2 minutes.
Yes, Prabhu, just quickly, as we all know that we have to do the spiritual sadhana in the early morning, and we can even take rest in the later part of the day. So would you like to give some inputs on that? It is also sometimes said that not to sleep in the daytime. So just 1 or 2 points how to understand.
Hare Krishna. I am also not very clear on this, Mataji, because previously I used to be very fanatic about waking up early in the morning before 4 o'clock and chanting all the rounds before going to the hospital. But then I fell asleep a few times while driving back from the hospital. And once I had a very bad accident where I slept off because I was sleep deprived and I drove on the pavement. My car went on the footpath and I hit an electric pole and I woke up with the airbag in my face. This was during the COVID pandemic where I was working every day. And it was 2020. This happened. And I was just thinking on that sidewalk, on the footpath, some kids could have been playing, some people could be walking, pedestrians, and I could have just killed somebody that day. And I am still traumatized when I think of that day. And after that day, I think it was February 2020, I decided to be balanced. And I spoke to my Shiksha Gurudev also, Shripad Mukundatta Prabhu from Vrindavan, Krishna Balaram Mandir. And Prabhuji also guided me that he told me that balance is important. One cannot be fanatic. Balance is important. Try to sleep early so you can wake up early and do the sadhana like you like to do, just as you like to do. But if you are sleeping late for some reason, work related or some reason is there, then you have to respect the limitations of the human body, especially in Kali Yuga, where it is difficult for us to give up sleep. And driving is a very serious responsibility. Making decisions regarding patient care requires alertness. And so many things are there. So best is to finish early. That's one reason why I'm insisting that we should end at 9:30. Because I still have some notes to do, at least 1 hour more, 1.5 hour more. So then sleeping at 11 o'clock, then again waking up 4. So it's difficult. So best is to try to sleep early. And if somehow it is not ready, it's not possible, then we should be ready to chant later in the day. If the body requires that sleep, especially if you are having to drive or go out and make important critical decisions. But if you're going to be at home and there is some flexibility in the schedule, then you can be a little fanatic and wake up on time. Just get 2-3 hours of sleep and wake up and chant your rounds nicely in Brahma Muhurta, if you can do it. And then do your morning puja, cooking, whatever, and then take a rest in the mid morning or in the afternoon and catch up. That is possible, but it depends on what our work is and what our particular situation is and our health also. There are some devotees, if they don't sleep at night, they may not be able to sleep in the daytime. It may be too noisy. They may have other commitments, or they may get a migraine because of lack of sleep, headache. So all those things we have to see. I think it's not one size fits all. We have to see our individual situation and decide. For me, I then decided that whatever it is, I should try to sleep and then chant later in the day, especially when I have night shifts. So like that, Mataji. But best is to sleep early and wake up early. Is that okay, Mataji? Hare Krishna. Okay. So we will stop here. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol.